Good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's had a good weekend and had a good trading session. For all you day traders out there, it was a volatile one, to say the least, as we started off the week with the NASDAQ down more than 2% over the tariff headlines against our key trading partners such as Mexico and Canada. The S&P finished down about 46 points. The NASDAQ finished down about 235 points, and the Russell finished down about 29 points, and the Dow Jones closed down about down 122 points or 0.28%. So, yeah, a rocky start to the week, but nothing's really broken on either side. In all fairness, we're still kind of in this very big range that we've been in for quite a few, it almost seems like forever at this point, but about a month now, give or take. And honestly, the Qs haven't really recaptured the move from the December 18th where we had this big sell-off. I think that was the prior Powell session back in December that we had, and since then, we've just been kind of ranged, and also we had that good run up for the inauguration and Trump taking office, but yeah, we've just kind of stalled out. And on the hourly, you can see that we're just kind of in this zone between 533 and 512 for the time being. So that's my key zones. There is a gap below to be filled down here between 512 and 505. That's going to be my key move here if we get another breakdown. But if we break above 533.82, yeah, that could open up the door for some higher prices. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Above 533, probably looking at highs again at about the 539.15 mark. But we'll see what happens. We got a lot of interesting earnings coming up. I believe Palantir just reported their earnings as well just a moment ago, and last I checked, they were up about 15%. So a pretty good pop to the upside as of this recording for Palantir. They did a double beat, 14 cents versus 11 cents on the EPS, on revenues of 828 million versus 776 million. So a double beat on Palantir continues to be impressive, especially on the technical side as well. But going into tomorrow, we got some pretty juicy earnings coming up. Before the bell, you got PayPal and Spotify, Pfizer, PepsiCo. So there's some pretty cool names coming up. And then after close, we got AMD, which AMD has been one of those beat up semiconductor names as of late. And we also have Google, which has been one of the most impressive Mag 7 names out there. So we definitely want to keep an eye on these two tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see how the stage is set with some of these smaller names in the morning. And then going into tomorrow, we do have some economic data. We have our important JOLTS job openings data. We are expecting 7.88 million. So we'll see. That comes out at 10 a.m. Yeah, it's released a little bit later, but this can definitely cause some extra volatility within the market, as if we don't have enough already. But this is all about job creation, and it is definitely an important leading indicator for the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So this is a very crucial component. It's what the Fed also keeps an eye on as far as their rate decisions goes. So we want to continue to see strong jobs data. So we'll pay attention to that as well as the earnings. But again, sticking to the charts here, we can see that the Qs are still mostly in a neutral position here. We're not breaking up. We're not breaking down. We're kind of stuck. And that's, that makes things a little annoying because we're not getting pure direction. So swing trading, yeah, it's definitely a little bit of the trickier side. If we come over here to the SPY, it's pretty much the same game here. We got a little bit of a double top here that you can see on the hourly. If my pen will work, there it goes. Right there, there's your double top. And we're still trying to hold on to this hourly 200 simple moving average. We almost came back down here to the 589 to test that support level. If we break 589, then we're looking at about 586 for our next target and possibly lower. However, there's not really much until we get above 610 that we start to open the gates for higher prices. So we'll still see if we can get some sort of direction. Once we do break out of these zones and ranges, we should get a pretty gnarly expansion and trending move. So we definitely want to keep an eye on that. There's still plenty of good setups. Like I said, Google has their earnings tomorrow, and we definitely want to keep an eye on that. But Google, very nice daily squeeze. It did hit 205.48 on Friday's high, and continues to be a strong outlier for the market. And there's plenty of other names out there too, like Meta continues to be pretty darn resilient. My charts are running a little slow. Meta continues to be resilient. Walmart had a fantastic day today. Trade closing up at about 99.5, up 1.4%. Big outside day today. If you're not in this play, then I would just wait for a pullback to the 21 EMA and then go long from there. It seems to be a good buy the dip opportunity. And again, Robinhood continues to be impressive. Let's see. I don't know why my charts are so slow. I guess I got too much going on, I think, on my computer perhaps. But yeah, Robinhood continues to be really nice. Roblox. Let's see. Baba looks pretty good as well. And I think some of these China names are going to be pretty interesting also, just because of the whole trade war situation and China just in general. So we'll keep an eye on that, especially K-Web could be an interesting proxy play. So we'll see. But for the most part, there's really not much to go off of, just because we've just been stuck in these ranges. I took IWM on Friday, recovered a little bit today, but closed relatively flat, down 2 points or 1%, nothing too crazy. So we'll see. We were looking for that break above 230, and then Friday we got the tariff news. And then we just haven't recovered too much on that, but still sticking in that one. We'll see what comes of it. We got plenty of time on it, which I'm thankful for, but we'll see. If we get a close below this 222.71 mark, then I'll hop out on that. But yeah, for the most part, like I said, we're stuck and we need to get out. And that's what we're just kind of waiting on here before we start to get heavier on some swing positions. And until then, it's just trade the daily volatility and yeah, keep it nice and easy, keep it clean, and we'll be back at it. All right, guys, have a good one. I'll see you all tomorrow.